am president of Boys Booster Club, so I've been trying to meet many of you as you came in this evening. Hope to make it around to all the tables tonight at some point. I had the pleasure of announcing both the JV and varsity group, so I've gotten to know a lot about all the boys, specifically on the field, but some off the field as well. Great grit and determination. It didn't matter what the score ever said all season, JV or varsity. You guys were playing hard and going to work. So it's a real special group, great things to come. Parents should be very proud of this group. It's a great group of boys. A lot of leadership from the older, our senior group that passed down to, we had a young varsity team, juniors, sophomores, freshmen. Okay, and I hope as the JV boys move up as well, that leadership continues from past classes of the Beville teams. So with that being said, we're going to start to eat, and then we're going to start the presentations after dinner. So we'll start with varsity table. This first varsity table, go ahead on the line. All right. We also have the back. You guys can go to the back.
Lacrosse coach. We're going to have the JV come up. We're going to have Coach Solomon come up and talk about the JV team. We want to say the JV is very proud of your season. I think ultimately, you guys want to win, but ultimately it's about progressing. And I think the JV team throughout the year got better and better. And it was a fun way to go out. And I saw you guys do a great job against CNS. You guys did an awesome job. But before we get the JVs going, first I want to thank the many people who helped make this season special. The coaches know, I know the varsity players know now, and the JV players, if you don't know, you will. You have the greatest support system probably in the state. I know a lot of teams, upstate, downstate, on the island, a lot of those coaches. I am telling you, not many teams get the support, if any, that you do. Whether it's tournaments, whether it's gear, whether it's anything. The list goes on. You don't know how special they have it. So I just want to thank everybody, and I'm going to do some thank yous, but just give a round of applause for all the parents at every level. I want to thank the Lakeside Fire Department for hosting us. This is incredible. I think, don't tell my mom this. My mom works at Pasta. I got to say, this is a great place to host an event. And Frank found it through football. And I think it's incredible. I hope we come back here. I think they do a phenomenal job. So thank you very much. To put this banquet together, you need people, and I'm sorry, but I know Frank and Jed, and I'm sure Frank will mention who else had this and put this banquet together, but this is awesome. Give them a round of applause as well. We talk about, you don't say team, you don't say program, you say lacrosse community. We have the best lacrosse community. All right, it's tons of businesses. You see it when you come through McGuire. There's a sign there that says, "All right, home of the champions," and it's just lacrosse. We know what certain people do. Give a huge round of applause for Sales Pizzeria. We cannot do it without them. You're so much better. Also, Pizza Man, I can't forget my good friends Adelia's Pizza out, and all the other businesses who helped out. Our school coaches, our modified coaches aren't here. It is very difficult to coach a modified team. I coach modified basketball. You got some players who know the game, some players who kind of know the game, more athletic, or very raw, and it's trying to get everybody on the same page. It's very difficult. You got the A quarters, the B quarters, and parents who are yelling in the stands, that's going to stop because it's a very difficult level to coach. They do a great job. I mentioned our JV coaches, Coach Solomon, Coach Malecki. Again, I thought the improvement throughout the year was there. We had a lot of ninth graders on that team. Thought they did an awesome job, so give them a round of applause. I think when you start with you coaches, you got to start with the guy who's been here with me since the start. Coach the youth levels and Chad Lynch. Coaches like Bob Doherty, Kevin Brady, Rick Iano, and all the other youth coaches. Starts from the bottom, builds all the way up. I want to give those guys a round of applause. To all the parents who helped out this season, game announcer, I'm just going to keep going. You can hold your applause to the end. Game announcer was Frank Garcia. We know him on the mic for JV and varsity. Scorebook and clock was Chad Lynch and Matt Sutton for varsity. Rebecca and Carl DeCesar for JV. Scores and stats keepers. Thank you to Bob Doherty. I also saw Paul Lyman helping out and Bob Levy as well. JV, I heard from Coach Solomon, it was majority of Kate Cliff and Joel Fiorini. Also, Kevin Brady helping out a lot with the penalty clock. Videographer, and we are very picky about that. We watch a lot of film, and it is not easy to get the angles, and I thought that for varsity, give Deb Gregoire a round of applause. I'd like to give Taylor Price and Bob Whitney for JV. Awesome job, too. Photographers, Colleen Nielsen, John Stera. I always called her by her Mrs. Rutella. I have kids in my kids, that's what I called her. And we can't forget my man standing out there, Madman. I know you guys are #1, so thanks, Matt, for everything. The big raffle. A lot of the fundraising, I know a lot of parents did it, but I think Matt did a great job heading that, so thank you, Matt. I started checking the Instagram page. My wife made me an Instagram account. It's phenomenal if you ever see it. If you ever see the Twitter, I think Audra Nicolucci does a great job with social media, so give her a round of applause. Carol Levy, Mitzi and Rob Kinsella. I'm sorry for forgetting everybody else, but thank you for the team pictures. They came out awesome. Team Apparel, she's been with me for a while. She does a great job dealing with some of those guys. It takes some time getting gear in. Give Wendy a round of applause as well. Program's a big thing for us, and I think it's important to thank this person because I know Eric Stevenson was doing it for a while, and I think Missy Kinsella did a phenomenal job with the program, so thank you. All right, big thanks to the Booster Club president. You know, very lucky because I've had the best Booster Club presidents. All right, you need a phenomenal Booster Club, or you need a phenomenal president leading the Booster Club. And I think Frank puts his heart and soul into it, and I want to thank him very much for everything, and I mean that. Thank you. He's only as good as his woman on his side. Big thanks to Vice President Jen Garcia for all her help as well. Secretary Jen Marinelli, I'm going to talk about you, but I want to thank you very much, you and Mrs. Nicolucci, for everything. She's the secretary, she did a phenomenal job. Our treasurer, Dave Dixon, Hasn't skipped a beat since Andy Quinn left. Fundraising, we talked about that. Tournament coordinator, Chad gets everything going with the tournaments, Chad Lynch. And also a huge thank you. All those emails, I drive her nuts. I gotta drive her nuts. She says I don't, but I have to drive her nuts. With every single email about tournaments, sometimes I'm late to get back here during the season. She really helps out a lot with all the registrations. Give Sarah Lyman a round of applause. Love Master, Drew Mahaffey, you're not going anywhere because I got two more of your boys coming up the ranks. Concessions, Erica Dory and Angela Sutton also did a phenomenal job this year as well. I think two special parents, you know, you see this over the years, just dedicate so much time and so much passion into a program. And it's what I respect about these parents so much, it's never about them or how good their son is doing, and their sons are really good players. It's not about that, it's about the program and the players at every single level, not just the varsity level. And I think we need to give a huge round of applause, maybe even a standing ovation. They will be leaving us this year, they will be missed, but once will be, always will be. Thank you to Jen Marinelli and Alder Nicolucci. Thank you for that. Sorry to embarrass you. I think that was the first standing ovation I ever told you to do. Look, your team's only as good, you know, you're going to have success when you're only as good as your assistants. Your assistant coaches don't get the credit they deserve. All right? We've won championships. We've won sectional, regional, state championships. But it's more importantly how these guys have developed as the young men. They're tough. They get on you. They push you for a reason because they care about you. I couldn't do without them, especially the two right here, and Andy Lamb and Dylan Borkowski. Thank you very much for everything. I didn't see Keegan, lost Spencer work on it, but I grabbed someone just as good, and Keegan Lynch did a phenomenal job coming back from Fairfield. We were talking the whole year, going through film. He was coaching the whole year. People didn't even know that. He's going to come with us in the summer, and he's going to come back next season as well. So I want to thank Keith for everything he's done as well. Players, when you get home, do one thing. One thing. Thank your family. All right? I'm sorry. I'm going to stick with it. I think the lamest cheer of all time is family on three. I know a certain team does it. I don't like them. But I just don't like the family cheer because your family is your family. And they're going to be there when coaches might not be able to be there, players might not be there, your family will always be there, the good times and bad. And my wife obviously could be here, she's my 1-year-old. I want to thank my family and my wife as well for giving up so much time for me to coach. But after all those thank yous, I'm sorry if it was too long, I want to finally bring up our JV head coach, Tim Solomon.
Hello. I know a lot of people, but not everybody. I'm Tim Solomon, and my assistant Mike Malecki. So this season, Coach kind of hit on it. The improvement was, incredible, really. From where we started, we're never on the turf until game day for the most part. So we were in a parking lot longer than we have been in a few years. And one day might have been the coldest practice I've ever experienced. But these kids, to think of those days, and I think where we finished was incredible. So we do have a lot of work to do in the group. They are young, and we did have a bunch of freshmen go up to varsity, which we understand, but we've got a lot of work to do in terms of skills, weight room, and how to address this the last few practices with the boys. Defensively, there's a block graduating, so these GD kids are going to kind of get thrown into it. and so that's going to require quite a bit of off-season work. So hopefully everybody's committed, particularly some of these new guys are going to have to get thrown in right away. All right, they know who they are. We really did improve the time. We played, West Jenny was almost all sophomores. They looked like men compared to us for the most part. I think you look at that original game, and then finishing at Victor, I thought we played one of our best games, and then the CS game we finished with, a little dramatic at the end there, but we got it done. Couldn't have been any happier, but it's one of the best saves I've ever seen Linton make. Nick took a little person to that a little bit later. But anyway, the kids stepped up huge, and having some of these kids, the sophomores that are going up, had these guys for 2 years to see improvement in several of them was great. Coach and I talked about it often, and at the beginning of the day, we were talking about what we thought improved the most. So, all right, we're going to call these guys up. Are we doing a team photo? So once you guys come up, get your thing and go back to your seat. All right, first up, Danny Brady. Chase Brooks. Luca Sarissa, if I'm saying it wrong. Julian Coates. Preston Cusimano. Brendan Caesar. Amadio Levito. Robert Dixon. Kellen Egan. Ben Irvin. Jacob Gill. Dominic Haynes. Gage Hudson. Nick Guyana. Keegan Kinsella. Ryan Levy. Griffin Lindsay. Ryan Lindsay. Ryan McCollum. Carter Mahaffey. John Martocha. Colin Malone. Lincoln Mervin. Caroline. Eric Oliver. Ed Primrose. Mike Ryan. Brady Steria. Ethan Steria.
Sutter hat.
Max Torrio. Bill Bernie. Zach Webster. And Ethan Winter.
All right, as Coach mentioned, thank you all the parents for all you guys do. Our booster club is amazing. So thanks for all the support. And again, encourage your boys to get in the weight room, to get on the wall. All right, I mean, I know there's a lot of travel across. You go play 8 games in a weekend, you get like 5 touches in a weekend. The wall will give you countless touches in a short window. Get to the wall. Not a 30 because it's structure, but find a wall with no windows, boys, and get after it. Thank you.
Our 2024 boys varsity team, look, obviously, wasn't the end result we wanted for the season. I think everybody knows that. I know how everybody wanted to win a championship, you know, how much we wanted to win a championship, just didn't happen. It's like, it's sports, and you don't always get what you want in life as well. This group battled a lot. I can tell them, before the semifinal game, before the final game, we all told them they battled a lot of adversity. Proud of how they handled that. That was not easy. Okay, I think you do say next man up, but I think a key to any championship, to winning a championship, is just staying healthy, right? And we did that the 2-3 previous years where we had no serious injuries. We just got the injury bug, and almost like maybe we were due, you know, and it does happen in sports. You know, at the beginning of the season, and played better, I got a wake-up call versus Pleasantville. You know, had a dominant win against Webster Thomas, and you know, and then we lost. Unfortunately, I think who's the best player on our team, and maybe I believe the best player in the league, one of the best players in the league, and Greg Marinelli for the rest of the season. But what I was proud of is guys didn't back down. Other guys had to step up. You know, you get a few guys stepping up. Huge win against West Jenny. You know, and then man. See Nico go down, see Anthony Galucci go down. And other guys just came in and stepped up. And we went through this 4-game stretch after, and 1-goal game. Battle here, battle there, down guys. Never stop fighting. You never quit. Okay? And then you really could have said, all right, 4th seed in playoffs, I'm ready for the summer. All right, seniors, you could have done that. Underclassmen, you could have done that. You didn't. All right, you came back, and I thought we had some of the best practices towards the end of that season. And then you upset. Well, now you didn't upset. You dominated Rome in the quarterfinals, and then you knocked out the #1 seed out of them. And again, you battled adversity, coming back in the second half and beating 8-7. And there's no better feeling than beating those guys. Look, it was a hard-fought, tough sectional championship game to a local team that's took the ass kicking from us the past 3 years before. And they simply took a few opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. They took advantage of a few opportunities that we didn't. A couple plays here and there. But I'm extremely proud of how you fought in that game and how you guys fought the whole season. I really am. All right, you battled a roller coaster, right, guys? Up and down, but you never brought down your focus. You never brought down your level of intensity. And you showed hard throughout the whole season. And I mean that, and we want to give you a big round of applause. Thank you. So I'm going to you get your time when you're a senior, but now's not the time. So I'm going to call you up individually quickly. Let's Yep, sure do. Thank you. All right, underclassman attackman number 10, Zach Weiss. Defenseman, a.k.a. Uncle Steve Ciccone. Midfielder, number 4. Love this guy's toughness, Eli Doherty. Defenseman, his brother, Ethan Doherty. Attackman, number 9, second team All-League player, Dylan Garcia. Midfielder, first team All-League player, first team All-CNY player, and a pretty big honor, he's a nomination for larger school All-CNY Lacrosse Player of the Year, midfielder, number 22, Brady Garcia. Defenseman, all right, big man, all right, number 29, Michael Gregoire. Sorry, I'm not shaking your hand, boys. I'm just trying to keep your names. Number 5, D. Mitty, broke that wrist. Towards the end of the season, coming back strong than ever. Andrew Grossman. Midfielder, I will mention our player, number 3, Iggy Lomedico. Attackman, I will mention our player, number 13, Tyrion Lynch. Freshman midfielder, really improved throughout the year, Alessio Green. That's why I got great assistance. Skip, my man, really improved throughout the year, stepped up the committee for us. Sorry, I skipped you. Ali Lyman. Attackman, junior, worked hard every practice, got better as the year went on. Trevor Miller. It's okay. See you at track and field next year. Matt Easley is not here. He's at Under Armour. He'll probably make that team. He should. And my man Julio Tavino is at probably at Gino and Joe slinging some pizza. Defenseman. Really appreciate this guy because he's got to battle a serious injury. Had to get a tumor removed in his leg. Never quit. Was out there for the season with an injury. He had to pull him off the field, but he'll come back next year. My man, Mr. Tennessee, Andrew Crowder. defensive midi, very nice guy, but when he steps on the field, he goes psycho. Joey Psycho Silas. This guy's going to do a great job for us in Cage next year. It's his time, just like it was for previous goalies. Excited for him to play. Goalies, Junior Jake Seafeldt. And midfielder, works hard every practice, got a lot better too, Alexander Scabora. Last but certainly not least for our underclassmen, this guy's the loudest guy in the room, the loudest guy in the field. He's Dan Truesdale. This guy right here, he is not an underclassman. I think it's pretty cool. Taking his studies and his books pretty seriously. We're going to definitely miss him. He's graduating early. You know, I know these guys really loved his energy throughout the year, whether he was playing or not playing. He brought that intensity every single practice. Wish him the best at Pace University. Defenseman Jack Matthews. Now I'll talk about the senior group. You know, every high school team and player, every high school team and player want to win a championship. They really do. But how many do? I can tell you not many. Not many players. You think they do, but they really don't. How many players win a sectional, a regional, and let alone a state championship? But these guys did so. Sorry, Jack. Many of these guys won one of those. 3 of them in Judson Ferris, Greg Marinelli, and Anthony Colucci won 2 times. That's incredible. That's an incredible group of seniors who accomplished a lot. But most importantly, led by example. So I just want to say thank you to all the seniors as we call them up. First one, this player overcame a lot as an athlete, lacrosse player and student. He's a 2-year starting face-off specialist for us. His toughness and courage. His toughness and courage is really compared to what he accomplished overcoming that bike accident. That's how he is as a lacrosse player. He's just tough. He's gritty. I'm going to miss him. Couldn't pick a better man to serve our country for the Navy, Josh Monbreach. Very proud of the senior attacker. We all know he went through a lot. He went through a lot, losing his sister, Alexa, but that never stopped him being the player, and more importantly, the teammate he is. He's a man of few words now, we know that. But he just goes out there every single day in practice. He's the best teammate. And he's going to do great things at Moniana University in the fall. Attack number 15, Braden Bolton. Varsity goalie, I can speak for Coach Lamb, because he said it, see how much he's really overcame over the years on the field, okay, maturity-wise, really improved throughout the year. And his work doesn't stop after practice. You see my man, after practice, he's usually got like a tape measure right in the side of his pants, because he's going to work with his dad. He doesn't stop working. He'll be attending OCC in the fall. Goalie number 33, Brandon Dustin. This player is a 3-year midfielder for varsity. Really came to his own this year, I think, as an athlete and a person, okay, and a leader. When he was playing his best, I thought the team was. He's an honorable mention all-league player. He was a team captain for us, and he'll be attending St. John's Fisher in the fall. Judson Ferris. Just like Dusty, this player really improved throughout his career. His stick skills from his junior to senior, it was incredible. His craft of facing off improvement was incredible. I think probably one of the most improved players. Everyone remembers that ESM game, and he went off. And I still don't know how he hit that one face over the guys. It's awesome. I'm proud of this player, though. Seriously, for this growth to junior to senior season. Call him Kitty Cat. Space off specials will be attending OCC in the fall. Hayden Kinsella. Another player who really came a long way and I think improved throughout his whole career. If he was on other teams, a lot of other teams, I think maybe he would have played a lot more and would have started. He just happened to be an excellent defensive players. It was the strength of our team that never stopped his work ethic because he's simply the moose. I've taught this player since he was a kindergartner, and I've coached him ever since. I'm proud of him. He'll be attending Brockport in the fall. Kyle Levy. Another guy, and I tell a lot of these kids, I'm getting old, I talk to Palmer, this guy, he's came a long way. Man, my man, he would have to sit him out during phys ed a couple times when the tag game. Proud of his maturity though, really worked to start for this team. And I think when he was locked in, he was a great defenseman on the field. Saw maturity with the young man he is, he's going to be attending Tuscaloosa University in the fall. Number 25, defenseman Aiden Lyman. Oh man, this guy is always smiling. Glad he came back this year as a manager. He's been with this program for 2 years. Seriously, but nothing but genuine and kind. To the coaches and players, that's the kind of person he is. And I love where he's going. He's going to Ole Miss University. We're going to miss him. Because I think his family's there moving to Tennessee. My man, Lucas Mattoon. I don't take All-Americans and nominate them lightly. This, in my case, was a preseason All-American. Our coaches and almost every single coach in our league stated that if he would have been healthy the whole year, he would have been an All-American. Got injured, but man, he came back and didn't skip a beat in playoffs. I consider him, and I mean this, one of the best players that I've coached, and he is the most athletic player that I've coached. He was all-CNY first team last season, second team this season only because of the injury. He'll be playing the senior all-star game tomorrow. Team captain, attending Binghamton University in the fall. Graduating now. So I think these guys are all great too. This is probably one of the best, I think, most defensive that we've coached because he's the best, definitely the best on-ball defender I've ever coached. As Coach Borg always says, man never gets beat. He doesn't get beat to the goal. The coaches are extremely even more proud of the leader he finally became, the team player that he's became over the past 3 seasons. He's a first-team All-League player. Again, a guy that would have been all-CNY if it wasn't for the number of games he played for the injury. Team captain, very proud of attending Siena College in the fall, Anthony Nicolucci. This is another one. This guy can't. He was bouncing all off the walls when he was in Palmer Elementary. I couldn't get him to stay still. But he always is smiling. His growth as an athlete, a person, from a little kid all the way up to now is incredible. He stepped up for us and started some big games when we needed the most and did a pretty good job. Really improved throughout the year. Number 30, Tyler Nielsen. This is our guy in Cage in the spring. I thought he did a great job, not only as a goalie, but being a captain. He knows how difficult it is to have that going on in the game, being a goalie and trying to do that, and then also be a captain. It is extremely difficult. I think we've only had 2 goalies be captains throughout our coaching career. Did a phenomenal job. You want to talk about some great games and some dropping saves. That save he had against FM, 2 saves. I think it was back-to-back in overtime. I'll never forget that. Phenomenal goalie, second team All-League player, attending the Mount St. Mary's in the fall. Number 17, Trevor Sutton. Pumped to have this guy finally come back and play lacrosse the senior season as a D-Midi. You know, I know that Frank and I were both recruiting him for a couple of years, and we finally got him to come back and get on the lacrosse field. Really made a huge difference between us in the lines. He just battled an injury, really kicked in the second half of the year, never complained, got back for playoffs, and kept fighting till the end. Proud to be able to coach him. He's going to do great things. Playing football at the next level in college. Number 1, Caleb Young. Last but certainly not least, player started playing as I believe a sophomore, and he's made his way to become a really good defenseman, a starting high school defenseman, and soon will be a good lacrosse player in college. The time when we needed him the most, when guys went down, he stepped up to cover the team's best player, and also become our vocal leader when we needed him to. He was honorable mention, All-League player, and he'll be attending St. John Fisher in the fall, Trevor Valente. Again, thank you, high school seniors. All right, guys, you're never going to forget your high school lacrosse career. It's the most fun you'll have playing, and these seniors can say that, and they'll figure that out soon in college. I'm done talking. I'm ready to get back to work. I was ready. I'm ready now. I can't wait to get back to work. And for them, got a quest for another championship. Well, like Coach Solomon said, you can do all the team stuff, but you got to do the stuff as well individually. But I can't wait to get back after it. Can't wait to see you guys all in the summer. Thanks to everyone who supported us this season. This is awesome. Thank you and have a good night. Thank you. Who's doing that?
All right, I'm going to do a quick wrap-up and get you on your way, okay? Coach Wilcox thanked most of everybody I need to thank. If there's any exceptions, I'm going to add in 1 or 2, okay? First of all, coaches. Matt Wilcox, Amy Lamb, Dylan Borkowski, Tim Solomon, and Mike Malecki. All right, in about 3rd or 4th grade, I asked Dylan Borkowski to try to change my son Dylan into a man. And he's working on it. Now look how nice he's dressed. Stand up. This is the work of Dylan Borkowski. We want to thank our coaches for all you do for our boys. If the game preparation and practice on the field wasn't enough, we know how instrumental you guys are in turning these boys into young men, and we are forever thankful to all of you. So we have a little something for you, for all five. Just a little token of our appreciation. Okay, next up, we have two retiring board members. First up, Jen Marinelli. She's the board secretary. She's a teen mom. She's the Vanderbilt of raffle drawings. Senior trip coordinator, member of Team Peacock, and second mom to so many of our boys. Her greatest accomplishment, though, is keeping her husband Frank and her father Lenny in check when we do these go-away, hotel tournaments, all right? So she keeps them in check, which is great. Jen, you're going to be missed. Incredible ride. I happen to know the Marinelli since Pop Warner days, 10 plus years. And there is not a finer family in Baldwinsville or anywhere we know. So Jen Marinelli, if you could come up, thank you so much for everything you've done. Also retiring for a little bit, she's got another one coming up, Angela Sutton. When I think of Angela, I think of food. I don't always think of food, but when I think of Angela, I think of food. When she was not running and whipping up those beef Wellington specials in the concession stand, she was baking for our boys and providing an after-game treat. Our boys are going to miss her. Forget that, I'm going to miss her. I love those damn chocolate balls. She delivered again tonight. Unbelievable. She's going to be missed. Thank you so much, Angela, for everything you do. Photographers. Matt has already thanked our photographers, Colleen Wilson and Penny McCalla. They capture so many of our boys' moments on the field during the year. JV games, varsity games. It's really incredible, giving of their time. It doesn't matter if it's cold or rainy or hot and sunny, they're on the field snapping photos. Thank you, Colleen and Kelly, for all you do. Thank you so much. Come up as well. Special coordinators, Audra Nicolusci and Tara Levy. Audra, it's a full-time job just planning the varsity spring trip. If that wasn't enough, Audra also serves as varsity team parent and our social media coordinator. Audra was so busy this year, her husband, Chris Nicolusci, was just telling me how much he missed his beautiful wife and he's happy to have her back. Thank you, Audra, for all you have done. And I'm also, before you come up, Tara Levy. Tara is what every booster club needs, someone that pitches in tirelessly whenever there is a need. Whether it be team photos, program development, videotaping our games, or changing the oil in Chris Campolita's golf cart, she just doesn't say no to anything she's asked to do. And most importantly, she does it with a smile on her face and always love in her heart. Thank you so much to Tara and to Audra. All right, Matt already had sent a shout out to our videographer, Matt Taylor. Matt, really rolling down the field. He's filming, running after the umbrella. I mean, the work ethic of a champion. Work ethic of a champion. Now we have a little something from our Boosters Club. All right, there's really no board position, but we made it. Spirit coordinator, Luke Locke. Also known as Big Saxon. He's a Lacrosse program's #1 fan, folks. He paints himself red so often, I hardly recognize him when he's normal. Okay. Thank you, Luke, for everything you do. Football, lacrosse, he's out there. So I think Matt covered out a lot of this, but I wanted to thank our coordinators, countless hours for the love of our program. Wendy Iano, apparel and merchandise. Sarah Tyner, webmaster, communications. Chad Lynch, tournament coordinator. Matt Medwood, fundraising. Not an easy gig. Angela's son, Erica Doherty, admin the Irving on the concessions. Tara Levy and Mitzi on a dynamite program. They had to start it off from scratch this year because we lost our publisher. It was a lot of work, but they did a wonderful job. Team parents for JV, Erin Lindsay, and for, we have kind of co-parenting thing going on at varsity, Jen Marinelli, Audra Nicolucci, and Tara Levy. So thank you. I also wanted to thank my executive board for countless texts and emails to help things run smoothly all year. The beautiful Jen Garcia, our vice president, Dave Dixon, our treasurer, and Jen Marinelli, and soon to be Becky DeCesar, taking over as secretary. Lastly, game day coordinators, I think Matt got them all. There was a lot of help on the JV team. That was incredible. So on the field, Kate Clift, Kevin Merman, John Pollard, Joelle Fiorini, Donald Brooks, Aaron Lindsay, Kevin Brady, all at the scorer's table. Of course, Becky and Carl DeCesar up on the scoreboard, and Clark and Kerry Bice, when he's not killing, people in the stands, he actually did a nice job with the video. So put your hands together for all those coordinators. And lastly, for varsity, Bob Doherty on the scorebook, Paul Lyman, Bob Levy at the scores table, also Kevin McGrane, Chad Lynch, Max Son, working their magic on the clock, and Deb Gregor on the video. Just so, parents, this is just a list of what it takes to run a JV varsity, how many people participated, and that's just a game day experience. So please, as the summer hits, and as your boys pique their interest in lacrosse, we do ask that if you're interested in participating in the board itself or in any of these volunteer positions, please send me an email. If you know Jen, send Jen an email, or anyone else you know, we'll get it. And we take a little hiatus over summer, and then we start meeting again in September on a monthly basis, okay? So we would appreciate that. We do have, I want to make one last announcement. The last item fundraising for this year is we have an opportunity with the Syracuse Nationals. It's a car show that's at the fairgrounds. And McGuire Chevrolet hosts that car show. Here's the deal. McGuire Chevrolet buys all these t-shirts. We don't spend $1 in t-shirts. They give our booster club the opportunity to sell the t-shirts, and everything we make, we keep. So if we sell a $20 t-shirt, that $20 goes right to boosters. We don't have to pay $10 for the t-shirt and only profit 10. Okay, every year they pick a different boosters club, so they spread their wealth. But as Matt said, McGuire is a big fan of lacrosse. They're really happy to hand it to us this year. So in the past, this fundraiser, from what we've talked to other people, other booster clubs, has raised anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. $20,000 being the high end. But you can do the math, how many t-shirts you have to sell. So the only way to do it, we're at a tent. The dates are July 19th, 20th, 21st. So I know that's a busy time with travel lacrosse and vacations, but if you are around, I ask that you reach out to Jen Garcia. If you can do a morning or an afternoon, one day, multiple days, again, the more folks we have selling the shirts, the more shirts we can sell. We're the only vendor of a t-shirt in the entire facility. We're right at the front. So folks really have to pass by and buy a t-shirt from us if they're going to do that. Jen has a sign-up sheet, so if you can see this lovely young lady and sign up if you have availability. If you need to go home, check your calendar. That's fine as well.
Sorry to steal the mic from you, but before you say goodbye and everybody runs out, Suzette would like to come up for a moment.
Since everyone is here in the room, this was unexpected, but because I have everybody in the room right now, I just wanted to thank everybody for the love and support for my family during the passing of Alexa. It was a 10-year battle, and I want to say that this community and the entire Baldwinsville community, but lacrosse especially, has been there for my family from day one. A lot of you supported my family just with anything that we needed, and the shirts, the selling, and just the generosity, anything that we needed. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you so much on behalf of my entire family. And Matt Wilcox had said that it's about being together, coming together on the field, but it's also coming together when people need you in their time of need for personal reasons. And you came together for my family personally, and it was just one of these things to see everybody at her calling hours and everything was just unbelievable. And I just can't thank you enough from me and my family just for everything that you did, for the love and support and generosity for me and my family. And I just can't thank you enough.
Thank you, Suzette. When Matt mentioned about being a lacrosse community, that we are. And, we're here for each other. We're here for one another. And our hope is success to all these boys, not only on the lacrosse field, but more importantly in life. And, as we come together, we give them the best experience by playing lacrosse at Baldwinsville. I think we do best and right by them. So thanks for everybody. Thanks everybody for attending. Again, Syracuse Nationals. If it's something you're interested in and can do, come see Jen. You got to go home and figure it out. Appreciate that, and just reach out to Jen to volunteer. Thank you, everybody.